Welcome to a fascinating exploration of the intricate workings of the human mind and the world of cognitive biases. In this video, we delve into the captivating realm of decision-making, shedding light on the cognitive biases that influence how we perceive information, make judgments, and reach conclusions. Join us as we unravel the mechanisms behind these biases and discover how they shape our understanding of the world. The nature of cognitive biases. Cognitive biases are the mental shortcuts and patterns of thinking that our brains use to process information quickly. While they often serve as efficient tools for decision-making, they can also lead us astray by distorting our perceptions and introducing errors in our reasoning. The origins of cognitive biases trace back to our evolutionary history as humans. These biases are thought to have evolved as adaptive mechanisms that helped our ancestors make quick decisions in the face of uncertainty and danger. In the ancestral environment, swift decisions often meant the difference between survival and peril. Cognitive biases allowed our predecessors to process information rapidly, relying on patterns and heuristics to assess situations and make split-second choices. However, in our modern, complex world, these biases can sometimes lead to errors in judgment and flawed decision-making. They shape the way we perceive information, influencing how we interpret events, assess risks, and interact with others. Despite their occasional drawbacks, cognitive biases remain an integral part of human cognition, shedding light on how our minds have evolved to navigate the intricacies of the world around us. Types of cognitive biases. Cognitive biases are intriguing quirks in our thinking that often lead us astray, affecting the way we perceive information and make decisions. One of the most prevalent biases is the confirmation bias, where we subconsciously seek out information that aligns with our existing beliefs while ignoring or dismissing contrary evidence. This bias can create echo chambers of information, reinforcing our preconceptions and inhibiting our ability to see the full picture. Similarly, the availability heuristic is another notable cognitive bias that influences our decision-making. This bias prompts us to rely on information that is readily available in our memory, often giving more weight to recent or vivid examples. As a result, we might overestimate the likelihood of events that are more easily recalled, leading to skewed judgments and hasty conclusions. Understanding these underlying mechanisms of cognitive biases is crucial, as it sheds light on the potential pitfalls they introduce into our reasoning and encourages us to critically examine our thought processes for more balanced and informed decisions. Anchoring and overconfidence biases. Anchoring bias and overconfidence bias are two intriguing cognitive biases that profoundly impact our decision-making process. Anchoring bias refers to our tendency to heavily rely on the first piece of information we encounter when making decisions, using it as a reference point for subsequent judgments. This bias can skew our perceptions and lead us to make judgments that are disproportionately influenced by that initial information. On the other hand, overconfidence bias involves an inflated sense of our own abilities and the accuracy of our judgments. It causes us to underestimate risks and overestimate the likelihood of positive outcomes, leading us to make decisions that might seem overly optimistic and ultimately prove detrimental. To delve into real-life scenarios showcasing the effects of these biases, consider the housing market. Imagine a potential homebuyer attending an open house. The real estate agent mentions a higher asking price, framing it as a starting point for negotiations. The prospective buyer becomes anchored to this figure, leading them to perceive subsequent, more reasonable offers as disappointingly low. In this case, the initial high price serves as an anchor that skews the buyer's judgment of what constitutes a fair offer. Similarly, overconfidence bias can manifest in investment decisions. An investor who has experienced a string of successful stock picks might begin to overestimate their market analysis skills. This overconfidence can lead them to overlook potential risks, resulting in imprudent investment choices. Both biases highlight how our minds can be subtly led astray, making us prone to decisions that deviate from rational assessments. Being aware of these biases and actively questioning our judgments can help mitigate their impact, leading to more informed and balanced choices. Framing and sunk cost fallacy. Framing bias and the sunk cost fallacy are two cognitive biases that significantly impact decision-making in various aspects of life. Framing bias involves the way information is presented, influencing choices based on the context in which options are framed. This bias showcases how decisions can be swayed by the wording or context of choices rather than the inherent value of those choices. On the other hand, the sunk cost fallacy pertains to the inclination to continue investing in a decision or project solely because of the resources already committed, even if it's no longer rational to do so. In personal finances, framing bias can influence whether we see a purchase as a gain or loss, impacting our spending habits. Sunk cost fallacy can lead individuals to hold on to investments or projects, pouring more resources into them despite diminishing returns. In business strategies, framing bias affects how products or services are marketed to consumers, shaping their perceptions. The sunk cost fallacy can lead companies to persist with failing projects due to previously invested time and money, hindering adaptability. Recognizing and addressing these biases is crucial for making sound decisions in both personal and professional spheres. As we conclude this journey into the realm of cognitive biases, we recognize that understanding how our minds work is an ongoing process. By acknowledging the presence of these biases and actively working to counteract their influence, we can make more informed and rational decisions. We hope this exploration has provided valuable insights into the intricate interplay between our minds and the decisions we make. If you found this video enlightening, please consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with others who are intrigued by the complexities of human cognition. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any future explorations into the fascinating world of psychology and human behavior. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the landscape of cognitive biases. May your newfound awareness empower you to navigate the complexities of decision-making with clarity and insight.